Alright, hello everybody. I just thought I'd make a video about this. Yesterday, it was June the 27th, 2019, Kentucky, the law went into effect, the constitutional carry law, whereas if you're 21 years or older, you don't have to have a concealed carry permit anymore to carry in the state of Kentucky. That's constitutional carry. And I think there's, I don't know, there's like 16 states now, I believe, that have constitutional carry. It's Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Idaho, it says for residents only, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, North Dakota, it says residents only and concealed carry only, which open carry's always been legal in Kentucky as far as I know, so it's kind of weird. You can have open carry but you can't have concealed carry, but anyways, we do now. So but let's see, is that all of them? No, there's Oklahoma, South Dakota, Vermont, West Virginia, and then Wyoming is residents only. So you know, there's been a lot of progress made in that over the last few years, and I think it's a good thing. You know, originally back years ago when I first moved back to Kentucky after I graduated from college is when they kind of started the concealed carry permitting here. And at first, you know, I was against it. I'm like, you know, that's dumb. Why do you have to pay money to, you know, be able to protect yourself or whatever? It's just a way to get money. But, you know, I could only fight it, you know, for so long. And then finally, I was like, you know, I just need to do it. I need to take the class. I need to get the permit. I just need to do it, you know. And honestly, I was glad I did it after I did it. You know, I took the class. I enjoyed the class. A guy I knew from a long time, you know, taught my class, and there was other people. You know, they were real knowledgeable. You know, when I took the class, I mean, there was things that I wish they would have went over a little bit better, or like if I was doing it, I thought, you know, I probably would have spent a little bit more time on this or that. But it's good because I wasn't real. I didn't know the laws. I wasn't real educated about the laws and, you know, different things, especially you know, not just criminal laws, but the civil laws and different things that could happen to you. You know, if you had to use you know, a weapon to defend yourself, you know, hopefully it never happens, but if you had to, it's just a good thing to know, you know, the laws and know the different consequences and things that could possibly, you know, the repercussions that could come of that. So all in all, I thought the class was good, and you know, I was a big proponent of the classes, and actually I'm still an instructor. I think I got my concealed carry permit like 06, 07. I became an instructor, I think in like 2014, I believe. Yeah, 2014. So, and I didn't teach a lot of classes. I taught a few classes, and I mainly helped another guy, a friend of mine, and did some classes with him. Helped with the range, you know, exercises and stuff like that. And you know, when I did teach my classes, you know, I spent a lot more time on you know, holsters, different holsters you can use, different types of holsters, different methods of concealed carry. You know, I tried to make the class really, you know, educational, really informative, and I thought, you know, hopefully people got good you know, knowledge and a good, you know, knowledge base out of it to build on, you know, to keep learning and keep going. And you know, when they first came up with the idea of constitutional carry, it's been like 2 years ago. I thought it was going to pass, you know, flying colors, and I actually had a class that I already had lined up. It was like in May of, like, you know, 2 years ago. I had like 6 or 7 people, you know, lined up, and I thought it was going to pass, or maybe it was March. But anyways, it's been a couple years ago, and it was in the spring, and I thought it was going to pass, you know, through no problem because the NRA was backing it and all this. And you know, I actually called you know, the person or talked to him, and I said, you know, that this constitutional carry thing may go through. It said it looks like it will, and you know, if it does, you won't need the class anymore. I said I'll be more than happy to teach the class. I think it has good information in it. It's good stuff to know, you know. And you still will need the permit if you want to travel, you know, out of state, you know, to other states that recognize the permit. You will still need, you know, that to travel to other states, you know, that aren't constitutional carry, and then other states that do recognize the Kentucky permit. And it does help you when you buy guns in the state of Kentucky. You don't have to undergo the the NICS FBI background check. You just give your concealed carry permit. I mean, because they do background checks on you like every month, I think, if you have it. So you don't have to have buying a gun is like super easy if you have a concealed carry permit. But they talked it over and they got back to me and they said, well, I think we'll just wait on it. Wait on, and I said, that's fine. I don't want you to have remorse or like, why did I pay this money to take this class when I really didn't need to, so I kind of shifted my views back from the class is not, I don't think it should be necessary. I do think it's very helpful though. I think even, and I'm glad Kentucky's constitutional carry, and I hope all the other states do that as well, but also hope that people continue their education and continue to and seek some sort of training or educate themselves. Whoops. This is the the book for the Kentucky permit, and they redid this a couple years ago, and they did a pretty good job when they redid it. I mean, they put more pictures in here. They go over more things like shooting stance, drawing from concealment, stuff like that. It's a pretty good book, but to me the most important part is the law part, because that's what you're going to need to know, when you get, I mean, hopefully you never have to, but if something does happen, then that's what's going to affect you long term going forward, knowing the laws, knowing what your rights are and things like that, as far as criminal and also civil suits. What I did after I took the class, I mean, one of the first things I did, I was looking online and stuff. I joined the United States Concealed Carry Association. So I've been a member with them since like '07, and also have their insurance, which I think is a good thing to have, just in case something happens. So I would recommend, people, like I said, it's great. I'm glad Kentucky is, constitutional carry. I think it's great. I hope people, will take that and also use, responsibility with it, and take the responsibility to, educate themselves about the laws, where you can, where you can't conceal carry, and, just all the different facets that are involved in that. And also learn, from the USCCA, which has great online material, or any other source out there that you can learn from, as well as YouTube, videos about different methods of conceal and carry, and basically safety. This class right here, I mean, it's mainly about safety. Almost everything in here is mainly about safety. Storage of a weapon, and being responsible storing a weapon. That's going to be different for me that has 4 kids, little kids and stuff running around, than it is for somebody that lives by themselves, never has any kids or any it's going to be a little bit different. So it's things to think about, and it's things to hopefully once you get in the mindset, and it is a mindset, the kind of concealed carry, you have to be in the mindset of what you're doing, the responsibility that you have, the gun that you have. If you get an altercation, then there's going to be a gun involved in that altercation. So you have to think about things. The best thing to do is avoidance. Avoidance is the number one thing. Just don't put yourself in a situation where you have to possibly use your firearm or have to use any type of force to get yourself out of that situation. So avoidance is a number one thing to do in any situation. Just before you put yourself somewhere, think about what you're doing. Think about how it's going to come out. Run a few scenarios through your brain and think, maybe I shouldn't do, maybe I need to find another way around this, or whatever, So that would be the number one scenario, and that's the thing I talk about in the class. So that's why, and and the magazines are good too, and if you get these magazines and you read them every month, you're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna have a lot of knowledge. So, hooray, yay for Kentucky. We're constitutional carry. I just hope everybody, can be responsible. Treat it with the amount of respect, that it deserves, and everybody be safe. Hopefully, other states out there especially, I mean, the people that live in all these, oh man, it's terrible, like New York, California, Oregon, Washington. What's happening there is just, to me, it's awful. You know, they don't want people to be safe for whatever reason. They're against safety. They're against people protecting themselves, and they just want criminals, I guess, to run wild. I don't know, but it's you know, it's pretty shameful. But anyways, that's about all I got to say. Hopefully, you know, somebody can you know, take something out of this video. I still have a giveaway going on. I got a 600 subscriber giveaway going on right now. I'll put the video, a tag or something at the end of this, so if you want to click on that and join that, you know, be sure to get involved in that. I think I'm giving away some pretty nice prizes. So everybody, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.